Hi guys, welcome back to ESCplus. It's Nuri and Aitor here, and today we have the chance to be with Red Sebastian from Belgium. Hi, how are you?
Hola.
Hola.
Thank you,
Welcome, yeah.
thank you. I'm good, I'm good. It's
Yeah.
my first time in Madrid, so I'm really
Ooh.
excited. Yeah, and I get to perform, it's super nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 days, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
did you have time to visit like any monument or try any food here?
Well, I just arrived actually. I just arrived for like an hour, I think, and
An hour ago?
Yeah, an hour
Oh.
ago. So I'm hoping we have some spare time on Sunday, so I can,
Yeah.
visit the city and explore a little bit.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Would be
Taste
nice.
there, enjoy
Yeah.
the food. Not the weather. The weather is not the best one, but it's okay.
I mean, it's still better than in Belgium. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, first question. Are you a Disney fan? Because your name is Red Sebastian, like the friend of the Little Mermaid. You mentioned Alice in Wonderland. So, is there like a relation there?
I am. I grew up watching Disney all the time. It was like my way of escaping into the fantasy world, away from reality for a moment. And as a kid, I always liked to dream big. And I think Disney was my way of, dreaming big and thinking that everything was possible. So, Sebastian inspired me a lot. The Little Mermaid was hands down my favorite movie of Disney. But also Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan with Tinkerbell. She's a diva. I
Oh,
love
yes,
her.
she is. Una diva
Yes.
valiente.
But
Okay.
she needed attention, otherwise she died. And I relate to
Yeah.
to that a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah, Disney really meant a lot to me as a kid. Still does. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So is that what you mentioned, Alice in Wonderland, the clocks, the mirror, the labyrinth, everything?
Yeah, I just wanted, that club vibe when you just you're in this clubby environment with a lot of haze and you don't really know where to go. There's different rooms where there's different music, and I kind of like the idea of a maze. And in Alice in Wonderland, she always goes from this place to another place, and it always inspires her, and she's very present in the moment, and there's things happening. And I just think going to the club and going all out and being Alice in Wonderland is really cohesive. It's pretty much the
so
same
it
thing.
makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and what about strobe lights? Do you like strobe lights? Because sometimes when I'm in a disco, it's like, oh my god, in my eyes, like.
Oh, I like the music behind me as
Oh
well.
yeah, it was so
It's
nice.
really nice.
Totally.
But of course, yeah, strobe lights can be a little intimidating.
Yeah, sometimes
I
like, what am
mean,
I?
I was in the national finals. There were strobe lights all around me, and
Yeah.
it was I was like, I can't really
Hitting
look
you in the
into
eye.
them.
Yeah.
But there are nice effects, and I really
Yes.
like the way they, if you do a movement, then you only see fractions of that movement, and it's like
true.
a very nice effect, and I love the effect that it gives, and it makes me feel like a real star on stage, and in a club also, when you're dancing. And it's important that you are confident in the club and that you're dancing
Yes.
and just feeling yourself, and I think the strobe lights
Yeah.
play a big role in that.
Yeah. So here in Spain, we've got a lot of clubs. Have you ever been to Ibiza or any?
I have never
No.
actually. I only been to Sevilla,
Uh-huh.
but I have never been to Ibiza. It's on my list because I like to go out. I like to go rave. I like to go club. So
with Gabri Ponte, he's always playing in Ibiza, so maybe he can invite you.
yes,
In
maybe.
Ushuaia, so.
Yeah, maybe we should play together.
Do a
Yeah.
collab, please.
I would love that.
Yeah, and do you
Yeah.
do like a performance of Strobe Lights in Ibiza? Imagine how
Yes.
iconic.
I think there's a lot of Belgian DJs also playing there,
Yes.
like Lost Frequencies. Yeah, it's really yeah.
You know, Tomorrowland is in Belgium, so
That's also my goal, to be on that stage. That would be nice. Yeah.
And Tomorrowland.
Yeah, that would be
Ooh,
very
with
cool.
strobe light.
Yeah.
Yes, true. Oh my god, yeah, that really makes sense. Okay, so tell us about the process of writing the song. How was it?
So I actually, when I heard that I was selected to write for Eurosong, we were like a short list in Belgium of I think 35 people who got to write and then got to audition behind the scenes before being selected for the television show. I wrote 12 songs, so I
12? You?
so,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. It's
You
like
really went for it.
it's always been my
Dream
dream, and I was like, I got to write the perfect song. So I met up with a lot of producers, a lot of writers,
Okay.
and Strobe Lights actually was the last song that I
Oh.
wrote. Yeah, it was the last one, and I hadn't written like a club banger yet to that point. So I went into the studio. It was this hot summer day. I was like in really short shorts with like a tank top. Sweat was dripping off my body. It was so hot in the studio, and I was like, okay, there's already a lot of sweaty bodies here. There's a lot of loud
vibe, yeah.
music. I want to write a club banger. So, yeah, we.
No.
In that situation, a ballad doesn't fit.
Yeah.
I think.
So we dived into like the 90s vibe of like the clubby songs, because in Belgium we have like a wide history of like EDM dance. Euro dance really is playing a big part in our music history. So I wanted to do something very traditionally Belgian also for Eurovision. I like when countries put
Bring the
their
culture, right?
tradition into their music. But I also grew up listening to like the big divas, Christina Aguilera.
Who is your
um,
favorite diva?
Christina.
Christina Aguilera,
Yeah,
okay.
Christina and Whitney too,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
know I started singing because of Whitney Houston. Also, Mariah Carey is one of my biggest inspirations.
Yes.
So
High notes in your performance. I can see now the perfect mix, like the EDM and also like the high notes and
So that's
divas.
the thing I wanted to do. I wanted to combine those two. And for me it feels like typical Belgium, but also typically me because of the high notes, the poppy sound and like the vocals. So yeah, we just watched some footage of like the Zillion. That's a famous club in Belgium from like the 90s, early 2000s.
What's the name?
The Zillion.
Ah, the Zillion,
Yeah.
okay. Now we
So
know.
I mean, we really got into that vibe, but I also wanted to modernize it so it still would feel like a 2025 song. But I'm pretty happy with the result. I'm really, really happy. And I love it every time I'm going on stage. I love it even more, the song. And I'm so happy that I can perform it. And I hope I can still sing it for a long time.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm sure that you will. Like this summer and next year, tomorrow. Well,
Yes.
yeah, tomorrow. Yeah.
Maybe from the song last year's songs, maybe you liked Jost song. It's like the same kind of vibe and like a party and EDM, and also maybe Kalin's We Will Rave. Like which are the songs that you got inspired by to write this song? Not only for
From
Eurovision.
last year or in general? Loreen always inspired me. I know it's a very cliche thing to say, but it's one of my earliest memories is Lordi that I remember
Lordi.
pretty good in 2006. I was a little bit scared of them as a kid,
I can tell. Yeah, yeah.
but it also gave me like the message of it, when I was a kid. I frequently felt like the odd one out. I wasn't,
Yes.
the football guy who was very, guyish. I was
Yeah.
like the feminine kind of kid who was into the divas and into like the Little Mermaid.
Yes.
So Lordi really showed me that, no matter what you look like or, what you want to sing on stage or how you want to manage it all,
Yeah.
just be yourself and go for it. And that's the thing that Eurovision always
Yeah.
showed me, and that's
Yes.
because that's
really
one of the reasons, I think the most important reason why I like Eurovision so much. So Lordi definitely inspired me. Also Fairy Tale.
Oh,
I
yes.
like that song.
Lovely song. Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
me
also
too.
a very handsome guy, so that also helps.
That motivated you, right? Like.
Yeah. But he had like a lot of charisma. He was
Yes,
smiling
yeah.
and
Looking at the
playing
camera.
violin.
Yeah. But you also do that, like very
Thank
good. Like you
you.
look at the camera straight. So, yeah.
And Loreen, I talk about her. I think it's the moment in 2012 when she won with Euphoria that my mouth dropped to the floor. I was like, I want to do what she does. I want to be on that stage. I want to, let the whole arena feel like they're on this amazing party, that they're singing along, turn the whole arena into one big party. And
Yes.
she did that with Euphoria. And to me, Euphoria will always be the Eurovision song
Yeah,
of
literally.
all times.
We
So
can agree on that.
I would say those, but also Colleen last year with We Will Rave. It's like,
Yes.
perfection.
Yeah.
I met her in London. She was so nice.
Yeah,
And she
is-
came
oh my
like
God,
on
she's so
stage
sweet.
after my performance. I said like the queen of rave has arrived, and she was
Yeah.
like, and the king, and I was like, oh my god.
Perfect match, perfect
Yeah.
match. Yeah. Yeah. So before you were talking about culture, why in English the song? Why not? Because I guess that you speak a lot of languages.
Yes, my mother language is Flemish, is Dutch, but I have a pretty strong accent. I'm from the coast, and it's not always, people in Belgium always laugh about it with it because we're not quite good understandable to other regions of the country. So I think indeed if I would have sung in Dutch or in Flemish, then I would have, taken classes to perfect my language.
Okay, okay.
Otherwise you should like really do it in your own dialect. But I like English more. I always had this dream about of touring the world, meeting with everyone around the world with my music. So I think English is like it's like Spanish. It's a
Unites
very
people, right?
uniting language. A lot of people speak it, so I think it was the easy way to go if I wanted to connect with a lot of
Okay,
people.
makes sense. United by music. then.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time for this nice interview.
Thank you so
We've
much.
got a little challenge, do we? Not yet? No? Okay. Well, so that's it for today. If you can send like a final message to our followers, that would be great.
Yes, thank you so much for supporting me. I hope you like Strobe Lights, and I hope you are ready to rave with me tomorrow, but also in Basel. I will count on it. Let's rave together, right? In Basel or in your living room.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
have a
you.
Great night
Thank
tomorrow
you
and
so
tonight.
much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.